right, number three, ethical standards and best practices. This is one of my favorite topics. That this is what drew me to the Grant Professional Association. But grant professionals who are members of the Grant Professional Association, which is affectionately called the GPA by all of us, adhere to ethical standards and best practices set by the association. Um, there is now, I think, over 3,000. It like continues to grow all the time, but 3,000 members of the GPA. That is a really awesome number, and I feel very strongly about this. Not every grant professional is a part of the Grant Professional Association, but if you do not know anything about grant professionals and you are starting the hunt for one, that is a great place to start because you're gonna get we have a lot of accountability in that group. We see each other a lot. We do things together and we it's iron sharpens iron and it keeps us all um moving in the right direction. We definitely sign we sign off to be a member saying that we will uphold these ethical standards. We have a big document of ethical standards. But some of the ones that you want to look for when you're talking with people is ethical practices. And these practices will be practiced by ethical grant professionals. They are out there. They don't have to be a part of the Grant Professional Association, though I feel like that's an easy place to start with finding ethical grant professionals. N- an ethical grant professional will not do a commission-based or contingency compensation. This is like a percentage of the award. That's not going to happen. This often is uh, in our world, it's considered unethical, and it actually can hurt your application if for some reason they can. If you have that in the application, it'll definitely hurt the application because a lot of funders will not let their funding go towards that kind of price structuring. And so it will violate their policies. Basically, a way to think about this is grant money can never pay for something that's already happened. It never. Like that's a great way. So if it's already been purchased, if the work has already been done, or the program has already happened, that funding cannot go towards those expenses. So that is why there is that got commission-based continue because you've already done the work and now the money's being kind of retroactively. I don't know. It's just not a good practice. If somebody is entering into that kind of or proposes that kind of engagement with you, I would look somewhere else. You want transparent pricing and the scope of work. You want to understand very clearly. We're going to talk about pricing, the different kinds of pricing, but you want to understand clearly what the scope of work is for the price that they're charging. That should be very easy for people to tell you, grant professionals to tell you. Um, though I will say, point number four there, they will not be able to guarantee you funding. If you have somebody who guarantees you funding, I would say that's a huge red flag. You don't want a grant professional that's going to guarantee you funding because nobody can guarantee funding. If you understand uh, the grant world, that is just not possible. What is possible is for a grant professional to prepare the best possible proposal on your behalf. That's what they can guarantee, that they will present the best possible proposal, and after that, it's out of everybody's hands. So you want somebody who's going to accurately represent your organization. Um, the it's really tempting at times to want to make things sound better than they are, or it you want high integrity when you're engaging a grant professional, because that can really damage you on the backside if people do start awarding you grants and you're not able to live up to this image that you have presented, or the work that you've presented that you're going to do. If you can't do it, you're just going to lose trust in the funders, and they're just not going to fund you anymore. That's all there is to that. So you want somebody who's going to represent you accurately. You want to represent yourself accurately. Um, and you want to have somebody who's going to respect the funder's guidelines and the intent. So that's where a grant professional can really help you understand when we talked about compliance and things like that. There's a way funders want the money to be spent, and for certain things. And so a grant professional can really help you understand what's allowable by the funder and what's not allowable, and the intent that the funder intends to spend his money with you and the partner with you. So you want somebody who's going to respect those funder guidelines, because it builds relationship with you and that funder if you have these things in place.